Hi there, I'm Ben Seeger with Halo Hybrid Solutions. I wanted to give you a bit more information about our solar shade structures and our broader product offering. Thank you for your interest. I wanted to kind of just roll you through a few quick topics. Fundamentally, who are we? We are a Lehigh-based general and electrical contractor that is specializing on DC voltage. So specifically thinking anything that's like lighting, technology, battery. All of these things are DC voltage devices, and we can connect them very easily in pretty simple ways. With that, essentially, we are smart technology experts with an electrical contracting licensing. So our thought is all right, rather than being a tech company that has to then sub out all these project scopes of work, we can just bring these things together electrically to make that project easier for your client. We are licensed and insured to perform both residential and commercial work in Utah, Idaho, and Arizona. In Utah, we also have our general contractor's license. So we can really take care of all of the scopes you need, not just the electrical scope. With that, we have 2 master electricians, 1 journeyman, and 3 apprentices. These guys are cross-trained, so they're not just electrical specialists. They have a low voltage and an audio video side to that as well. So with this, what we can provide you is a full turnkey package for that solution for that customer. It doesn't need to be just the power or just the solar if you'd like to have other things taken into account. So we wanted to do a quick introduction. So with that, some of the solutions we're providing are providing universal wall connectors or the chargers for electric vehicles, not just Teslas. They can provide for both. With the Teslas, the Cybertruck owners in particular can use their vehicle as a battery for their residents. So that's a massive energy resource that can just connect anytime that's there. It's basically a big battery for them. We also provide Tesla Powerwalls. What these are is they're not just a battery. They are a hybrid solar inverter. So what that means is that if you have a client that has existing solar, we can easily add battery energy storage or this solar to their installation, and we don't need to redo what's already there in many cases. Also, let's say you have a customer that's interested but just hasn't pulled the trigger, we can bring in a battery energy storage solution and provide them shade at the same time. What's unique about this is that when you have that solar shade structure, let's say you've got a customer that wants to put that hot tub off on the far side of their property where they don't currently have power. Well, that could be a significant cost to run that electrical circuit all the way out there, the trenching, etc. Some cases, say like a cabin environment, you might have an easement that wouldn't allow you to actually run that permanent power out there. But we could potentially provide power as a off-grid solution, meaning that because the roof is solar panels, if we add a battery to that, now that battery can keep the hot tub going, the heater, the pump, etc. We can provide lights. We could put an audio video solution out there where they have the TV. We could even provide a Wi-Fi or cellular connection all off that battery energy resource. And so now they have options. It's not saying these are low cost. Granted, these are definitely, as we add these on, it can definitely increase the project, but we can bring that together as one turnkey scope of work for you. As a simple frame of reference, a solar shade structure that's, say, about 4 panels by 3 panels, and I'll show you what that dimension looks like. That system at Pergola might start at about $20,000 list. That's all, the structure, the license, the permits, etc., full install. We can also add on, say, a Tesla Powerwall. That's about $15,000. Once again, product, installation, engineered drawings, permit, etc. So when you look at rough orders of magnitude, this solar shade structure should price out quite favorably compared to, say, like a Western Timber and Frame. I live in Draper, love that product. It's excellent. The aesthetic is, of course, a little bit different with this solar shade structure's aluminum structure. But if your customer's okay with that design aesthetic, we can now provide them that solar shade structure, and it has an additional benefit. We can now create energy. So what that also means is this entire structure is capable of taking the federal tax credit. So what that does for green energy is if you put this in, let's say if this was a $20,000 structure, that client can now get a tax credit for 30% of the entire installation, not just the panels. So if the whole project was $20,000, they're going to get $6,000 back as a credit when they do their next year's tax filing. Same thing goes for the battery. So now they have not only the Sage structure over their hot tub, but they're also getting that tax credit back, and they're producing energy, and we can then add in the audio video. And all you do is contact us and we can take care of all of that for you. A couple of quick examples. So with this, looking at our structures, the partner we've used is American made. With that, these are relatively short lead time, usually just a couple of weeks to get them engineered and out the door. And these are designed to withstand very harsh environments, specifically Florida with the wind loads, or Park City with our snow loads. So what that means is we can put this basically anywhere in Utah, and it's going to be resilient and it's going to last a long time. We also have lots of color choices, lots of flexibility. Overall sizes. So what we have here is the number of modules, the number of solar panels on top. It's approximate layout, and then the dimensions here. These are this amount of peak watts it can make in the prime of the day. And they can go quite large, all the way down here. A couple of different quick examples. We have lots and lots of installation photos. Happy to share those. This is what a solar carport looks like. Literally, it's higher than the pergolas. Pergola there. Slightly taller structure here. Lighting, we have multiple different lighting choices depending on the application. Same thing, fans, we can install those as well. Customer here, another option for this is if they're installing a pool, we can also keep that entire pump package off and power that with this. So now even if they are tied to the grid, we're not using a battery, we can just offset the power consumption that pump is going to utilize. Ultimately, what do we need from you to get started? Customer, project, and project name, the project address or GPS coordinates. The reason why this is important is not just because of permitting, but we specifically need to check the snow and wind load and put that into our calculations. Super simple, takes a couple of minutes, but we do need to know where it's at. Also, the approximate dimensions. We don't have to be too perfect there, just approximate dimensions, and what's their intended application, any notes they'd like to have. If we can help you, we'd be delighted to take a quick look at that project for you and get some quotes over to you, and then obviously help you with that referral fee as well. We really appreciate you taking a look. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you. Okay, as promised, here's a quick demo of the configurator tool that we use to put these together. So with this, what I can very quickly do is I can put together a dimensioned model. And now we can now adjust this. So as an example, we have a minimum 5. Let's take this now and go up to 5 by 4. Take a second. So as this scales up in dimensions, the minimum configuration is 3 by 4, so meaning 3 solar panels by 4 solar panels. When we take that around, I can now adjust that to very quickly allow for different clearances. Also, we can change the different column spacing as required as well, depending on the application. And with that, we can then span different distances and places. It's kind of like a big erector set. We can also change the height, take that up quite a bit as well. So if we need to use it as an actual carport, for example, we can make these much, much taller. We can also change the orientation and that pitch like that. Underneath, we do have the lighting kits as well to illuminate it. Let me go back to a more typical, just say 11 feet off the ground, 10 feet off the ground. And why don't we go ahead and pull this back to a 4 by 3. Now what we can do is we can also show what this would look like for different configurations and color. So they do have standard just anodized. We can do beige, do black. With that roof, you can do different colors for the roof as well as for the sides. But they have green, black, cayenne, orange, purple, red. They can do custom colors as well. Just it kind of impacts the lead time. But these are their standard. Beige, black, cayenne, green, orange, purple, red, white, and yellow are their standard colors. We can also get a sample kit out if we need to for color matching. So with that, that's the basic configurator. It does not take much at all to put this together, less than 5 minutes. The key here is we need to have the location of the project, because we're going to have different snow and wind loads. For example, putting something, say, in, Beaver, Utah would be different than, say, Park City. So we just need to have a location. Also, we recognize the customer requirements might be different by site. We'd also ideally like to orient the solar panels for optimum energy production as well, if we can. But we don't need to overcomplicate it. General address or project location would be sufficient to start. And ultimately, looking at what size of space is the customer looking to have, and then we can quote that from there. Appreciate it.